Our face-to-face meeting begins 8 a.m. Monday, October 6, 2014. Location, our PolyWrighton conference room. The purpose of our meeting, the results of the reporting of the learning program. The meeting facilitator, myself, Dr. Paul Professor, certified ROI and workforce development consultant. As we make our way into the conference room, we all stop for a nice hot coffee, or a donut, or a pastry, as we're prepared to sit down and discuss this great program that we just installed at the PolyWrighton USA company. So we're all here today in our beautifully appointed conference room to discuss the program results of our evaluation that we just did. I'm Dr. Paul Professor, the ROI consultant and workforce development consultant on this project. I know some of us know each other and we work together, but I would like to go around the room, around the conference table, maybe introduce yourself. Maybe you haven't met each other before, just to get a feel of who we are talking with today. So, Mr. Feller, would you like to start?
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. My name is Rocky Feller. I think you probably know me, but I'm your Chief Executive Officer. Yes, and my name is Mr. Thurston Howe the Third, and the Chief Financial Officer. Glad to see you here.
Mr. Mike Brady, Director of Human Resources.
My name is Rodney Wells. I'm just a production manager out there just trying to make things happen. Glad to be here today.
My name is Maintenance Manager, Mr. Phil Fixit. My name is Mr. Phil Fixit. I'm the Maintenance Manager.
My name is Billy S. Gray. I'm glad to be here with all of y'all today. I'm a production line employee, and it feels good to be here with all the managers.
So this is Dr. Paul. I'm glad everyone got a chance to introduce themselves. For you new people in the room, to meet the CEO and the CFO, we're glad we're all here. Before we get started with the program results and the evaluation results, Mr. Feller, would you like to give us a little background about your company?
Yes, Doc. I'll be glad to do it. Around here, it's PolyWrighton, but we just call it the company. The people see us as the company, and it's important to understand that we are definitely a company that focuses on developing high quality lightweight plastics. We've got a lot of competition out there, but we like to believe we are one of the very best. Our packages are used around this world. Everything from something that food is packaged in to beverages and products you might see at the local Walmart. It requires that we have strict standards, because obviously there's hygiene issues and there's environmental issues. Lord knows EPA comes by here quite a bit. But one of my biggest concerns, Doc, is reworking and product waste. To me, as the CEO, that really concerns me. Okay, I got it. Some things we can't control. We might use the term common. I don't know if it's common to me or not, but okay, I got it. We can't really control it. It just happens. Just a fact of life. Got it. But Doc, what I really want us to focus on, and everybody around this room right here, is the controllable factors. Those things that, hey guys, we can eliminate. We can knock out. I want to punch it in the face and take it out. That's what I want to do. So that's kind of the whole focus of this, Doc. So I'll turn it back over to you.
This is Dr. Phil. Thanks, Mr. Phil, for giving us a background on the company PolyWrighton. Now, I want to hand it off to our Director of Human Resources, Mr. Mike Brady, to talk about the objectives of the program. Sure, Paul. This is Mr. Mike Brady, the Human Resource Director of PolyWrighton. We went with the 5 self-coaching skills taught to the production business unit managers. We took those 5 skills from the book called Savvy Manager. Inside of the program, it was going to be a 90-day learning program, combining classroom, online instruction, on-the-job skills practice, journaling, and peer interaction. We described, related, and applied the concepts of motivational work environment, work engagement, and organizational performance. What we wanted to do is effectively employ those five skills and create a sustainable, motivational environment that positively impacted work engagement and organizational performance. If we develop the five habits of self coaching for those personal development, we consider it as a success in the practice of those five skills. And they are self managing, reflecting, acting consciously, collaborating, and evolving. Those were our objectives. Thank you. Mr. Brady, thanks for that recap on the objectives of the program. Now let's talk about the purpose. And with talking about the purpose, since this affected the immediate managers, I'd like to have Mr. Rodney Fields talk about the purpose and how it affected his division.
Yeah, Dr. Professor, I appreciate you letting me talk about this. I'm a production manager. I'm just a blue collar guy. I'm just a regular Joe. You know what I'm talking about? I'm pushing plastic all day. Well, I'm a manager. I work my way up. I started out in line. I work my way up. I don't understand all this leadership stuff, but what I understand was this training was going to kind of help us help create a better motivational work environment. Because sometimes, we don't get any respect on the ground. I mean, it's just no respect. They're trying to get our employees to be engaged. I don't use engaged around the house. Don't really use that word very much. But what I understand from my training was it's like it's this positive thing, some kind of brain thing that this employees like pumped up. They want to be there, and it works. I mean, I started getting respect. I just can't believe it. I mean, they come in, they want to be there. They're there. They're excited. And by golly, they're dedicated. Results? Yeah, there's results. I'm seeing high performance. We're pushing more plastic every day, by golly. I can't believe it. It's stuff like voodoo magic or something. Enhanced productivity. Our line is producing more than it's ever produced. And I know Mr. Feller there, he's trying to appreciate that. We're going to make more money. And I know the CEO appreciates that. I just appreciate getting some respect, because, again, he's not getting no respect. None at all. So, that's you, Doc.
So this is Dr. Paul again. Thank you so much for that colorful example of the purpose from Mr. Ronnie Fields. I appreciate that. As we move to the purpose of the evaluation, I want to discuss a couple things. One, it was primarily focused on the business unit performance, on the production business unit performance. The comparison group was going to be, the control group was the 31 line employees assigned to the maintenance business unit, in comparison to the production managers of the 32 line employees for the business unit. I'm sorry, Mr. Philly, do you have a question?
Sorry, Doc. Like you're blowing my brain here with all this PhD discussion here. What, from CEO, I got one question. What about the money? I mean, how much does this thing cost us some money? Does it make me some money? You're turning me around and around, Doc. You got to give me some more information. Talk to me about the money.
Understood, Mr. Phillip. And we'll get to that. Right now, I'm just discussing the purpose of the evaluation, and we'll get to the cost and the return on investment in a moment. But if you please will, just be patient as I sort of go through the purpose of the evaluation. I appreciate it. Thank you. Also, in this evaluation, we measured the 4 participating managers, their reaction, learning, and application of the 5 skills. And those 3 are how we define the levels of evaluation. All right. What we also did, we evaluated the impact and return on investment of the intervention. So, Mr. Filler, as a CEO, and Thurston, as the CFO, this is going to be very important for you, and this is when I need you to start paying attention. Evaluating the impact and return on investment of the intervention for those outputs of controllable race and we work. That was the essence of the program and what you guys wanted to dive in and look at. As we evaluated the intervention to ROI, we had to provide information to you on 3 possible courses of action on what to do next. 1, extending the learning to the 13 business units. 2, make improvements to the learning program. Or 3, abandon the program altogether. And with our information and from this evaluation, you would be the decision maker. You would be making that decision. Let's take a look at the program objectives. We'll go through each level to show how we rolled out this program and how we measure the program for PolyWrighton. Level 1 was the reaction level. We wanted to make sure that the program was relevant and important to the day-to-day operation of the employees on their job, and they would use it on their job as well. Level 2 was a learning phase to make sure that the successful application of those 5 self-coaching skills that we discussed earlier were embedded into the program. Embedded so deeply that on level 3, they would take that and continue to use those 5 self-coaching skills even after they learn and after the program. We measure that as well. We wanted to make sure that we were going to create and sustain a motivational work environment here at PolyWrighton. Now to the impact. Level 4, the business impact. The main goal of this program was to reduce the percentage of product waste and rework. If we could do that, we would know that this would be a successful program. Increasing that work engagement across the department was also going to be an intangible benefit to the program. The ROI, level 5, that 15% target return on investment that we discussed. That 15% was decided upon the CEO, the CFO, and our consultants. How did we collect this data? Well, let me explain. I'll talk about our data collection plan. First, we started with questionnaires for each of the participants. These reaction questionnaires were taken at the end of each of the 7 sessions through the 90-day training workshop. Our level 2 learning. Mr. Furlett, do you have a question, sir?
Yeah, Doc. Man, I'm just sitting here, and my brain's just like on fire, just smoking. I'm looking up here to slide this work engagement scale. I can't even speak that. What kind of English is that? What are we talking about here, Doc? I'm a little confused. I really need help on this one.
Are you describing the upright work engagement scale? If that's what you're talking about, sure, I can explain that for you.
Go ahead.
What that scale is it measures 3 aspects of work engagement: vigor, dedication, and absorption. Research suggests that higher levels of work engagement are associated with positive feelings of individuals' well-being, or vigor, a strong sense of commitment to the organization and its missions, goals, and objectives, or dedication, an employee's full concentration and involvement with the work itself, or absorption. We use this scale to test in the beginning, the middle, and in the end. And we use that across the entire spectrum to try to measure the work engagement throughout the program. Does that answer your question?
Hey, Doc, we're paying you $250,000 to consult, but I'll accept it, man. You got the big PhD, so I'm good with it. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Let's move along. The table we're looking at right now is the full evaluation methodology. It breaks down each level: reaction, learning, application, impact, and ROI, and shows each one of the Mr. Blade, the production line employee. Do you have a question, sir?
Doc, I'm just, as I said, a simple man, and you got a lot of words up on that screen there that I'm just a little bit confused about. Is it important that I read all of it, or can you just talk us through it? My brain's starting to hurt.
Sure, Mr. Blade, I can get through this. I'll leave this table up for your review. It talks about the measurement focus, the organizational needs, the true drivers of why we decided to do this in the first place, and to match those business needs that you need, and the program objectives. That's what this is for. So I'll leave this table up and we'll move on. Okay, we made it. Now to the evaluation results. Everyone in this room, the CEO, the CFO, the management, have been waiting with bated breath to hear about these results. And they're all very, very positive. Even in our level one reaction, they scored very high on the content relevance, that it was relevant to their job and important. Our target was 4, and we raised the bar to 4.6 and 4.07 on those scales. The intent to use was also very high. So, very favorable reaction from the participants. If you look at the learning, the skill assessment profile, very high scores on the pre and post program skill assessment profile. Another shining example of how this program helped was the outright work engagement scale. The test group was higher than the control group by the end of the 90-day learning intervention. This was a huge win for us and a huge win for your company. Mr. Thurston, do you have a question?
Yes, Doc, I don't sound like I'm unappreciative of all your fine descriptive words you got up on the board right there, but what about the money? That's what really matters in this world. Of those presidents, the narrow, the bling, the ching, and the money ring. Tell me more about that. That's what I want to know about. Thank you.
Understood, Mr. Thurston. As the CFO and the Chief Financial Officer, I'm sure that you're very interested in that part. So let's move on to that piece. For the final 2 levels, level 4, the business impact. Mr. Fuller, the CEO, and Mr. Howell, the CFO, these are the 2 I'm sure you've been waiting for. The total program benefits were measured at $248,150 per month. Extrapolate that over 12 months, and you're at a $2.9 million per year less cost for controllable waste and rework. The impact estimate and the confidence level were based on estimates from the management and the participants on the impact on improvement. Multiply that times the total program benefits of 2.9 million, gives you a real cost savings of $1.2 million. To find the return on investment on the program, you take the net program benefits divided by the program cost and multiply it by 100. After you work all that out, for every dollar, you got $3.99 in return. Multiply that times 100, and your return on investment is 399%. The target was 15%. We have obviously exceeded it insurmountably to a 399% return on investment through this program. As the CEO, Mr. Filler, please give us your reaction on this information.
Doc, I am what you say, elated. I mean, I haven't been as excited since Adrian and I had went to the ring and had seen a heavyweight championship knockout against Apollo Creed. This is the incredible stuff. The way you kind of work this up and just kind of showing us how this program, the engagement, if you will, has resulted in some cost avoidance, which at the end of the day means more money. And the bottom line, I'm thrilled. I think this has exceeded all my expectations. You're worth every penny, Doc. I appreciate what you've done for us today.
I appreciate that, Mr. Fuller. There's also one other thing I'd like to leave us with, and that's the intangible benefits of this program. Yes, we could show $1.2 million in cost savings and a 399% ROI, but there's also some intangible benefits that came with the program. Production managers held an increased that work engagement increased that led to greater employment satisfaction, improved teamwork and communication, and better decision making. Those things also are results of the program that you guys have started at PolyWright. Mr. Fuller, thanks for the kudos and thanks for what you said, the compliments about the work up there. But I have to reciprocate those compliments to you. Here's the lessons learned about what we've gleaned from this project and the evaluation. But I do want to touch on the last one, the key element, and that goes to yourself and all the leaders at PolyWright, all the managers, making sure that this intervention was implemented and implemented properly. You prioritized it, you made it important, and it showed through the work of the participants and the employees that participated in the program. If it wasn't for that, that it wasn't full buy-in, I don't think that we would have got the return on investment that we got. So I have to congratulate you for, again, making it a priority, being engaged throughout this program, and really being there when we needed you. And the ROI shows for itself. I can't thank you more. Thank you so much, sir.
Good. All right, Kristen, can you believe, man, we finished this project up, man. I know we've had a lot of fun. We've laughed a lot. And, like I said, I think we've got some good information. Hopefully everybody out there, our classmates and our dear professor, Dr. Phillips, has enjoyed our short presentation about PolyWrighton USA.
No, Cog, I gotta say, I totally enjoyed it. I had a blast doing this with you. We did have a lot of fun. You don't know how many takes we had to do off and on because we're laughing through this. We hope we made it enjoyable. We wanted to make it fun. But remember, no matter how far you travel from home, all roads lead back to ROI. As a final tribute to the late Mr. Harvey, I'm Christian.
I'm Cog.
Good day.
Good day.